What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Terra 2. It's coming out today. How is it going to be received? What they're saying? Let's look into it all. Before I do, I update the spreadsheet. The first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. Had you invested $100 into each of these when I release videos and you were still holding that crypto, you'd be in profit for over 14 grand. This is after many retracements. Guys, one thing I keep talking about, and I've spoken about for a solid 6.5 and 7 months, is a bear cycle and a recession were coming. I've shown with every single financial market, recessions, bear cycles, those investments, the ROIs are unbelievable. So build the list of coins you're excited about. Keep reviewing it, keep evaluating it, keep checking that you're excited about those coins. If you still are, while all these prices are tanking, then you've probably found a gem. One that could 40x, one that could 50x, one that could 100x. And if you haven't got round to it, then you can come check out Copy My Crypto, where I'll share the coins I buy and sell, coins I'm getting in on in the bear cycle. If you want to know where they are, you just click the link in the description and check it out. All right, Terra. So Terra is launching today. So their testnet has arrived. They have agreed on how they're going to do things. The airdrops are going to be extended to exchanges. So basically what's happening is a fork has been proposed. The revival plan does not include the algorithmic stablecoin for obvious goddamn reasons. That was terrible. And presumably they won't push forward with that. In the middle of this collapse, Coinbase did announce they plan to suspend trading in UST and Luna. So what we actually know now is that Kraken are one of the latest exchanges to agree that they're going to support the Luna 2 token and the airdrop. Binance, HitBTC, Huobi, Bitfinex, they've all also agreed. Do Kwon, the co-founder, welcomed this announcement by tweeting the news. But here it is. So Terra 2 is accompanied by a big move in Binance coin. So Binance's coin is still within the corrective trend channel, and analysts have set a bullish price target for it. I'm less asked about that than what's happening. So Luna and UST obviously had their collapse. Now, the community criticized the hard fork, but Terraform Labs considers it a genesis, sort of birth of a new Terra LUNA chain that does not share history with the previous blockchain. Binance revealed they're working closely with Terra on the recovery plan. CZ obviously criticized it in terms of the collapse of UST and the negative impact on crypto. However, keeping in mind the best interests of the community, the exchange has come forward and welcomed Luna 2.0. Luna's recovery plan continues despite South Korean authorities' pressure on Do Kwon. They're looking at closing some of his assets and many other things. The testnet is now live. The snapshots are happening. And there is an expectation that the mainnet launch is going to be today, thus completing the Luna fork. So here's how it's going to work. And actually, Orbital Command put out a really good Twitter thread just in case anyone's unsure of how this works. So, Terra 2, 4 groups will be getting airdrops. Anyone that had Luna or AUST prior to the attack, anyone that had Luna or UST after the attack. So basically how it's going to work is you get a 1 to 1.1 ratio if you held Luna before the attack. You get a 1 to 0.033 if you held AUST. You get a 1 to 0.00015 post-attack Luna, and 1 to 0.013 post-attack UST. So if you have 1,000 UST on May 27th, which is obviously after the snapshots of after the attack, you get 1,000 lots to 0.013. So you basically get 13 new Luna. Regardless of the category that you're in, you'll get 30% of your airdrop today. The rest is vested linearly over 2 years with a 6-month cliff. Note that you will receive your airdrop in a bonded state, meaning you will have to unbond for 21 days to transfer it. Terra 2 is the most decentralized large blockchain in crypto. Terra 2 will be a new blockchain that launches with a fully built out infrastructure and ecosystem. 70% of the native asset will be airdropped. So there's a confirmed list of Terra 2 projects. And Terra 2 could still come back and do something. Really, the question is does it garner the trust that it lost? I mean, it's a big ask. Because a lot of people are going to be upset about the snapshot, how it's taken. There's a lot of people that got really hurt by the UST collapse. So Luna 2, like I said, it depends on your category, but everyone's going to have different perspectives on what they receive. No, it is what it is, guys. I mean, there's nothing much more that can be said about that. Unfortunately, that's the way it's been decided. So if you were unhappy with the group that you're in, if you're in a group, yeah, I know, it sucks. So, Do Kwon and Luna are obviously pushing forward. One of the whistleblowers has banded 3 law firms to push a litigation front against Terraform Labs, suffering his losses. And they're preparing for their rebirth. Now, the question is obviously, what can it do? They under the presumption that they never integrate an algorithmic stablecoin again, then there's hope, right? Because Terra was building pretty well. The ecosystem had grown really well. The DeFi, the cost effectiveness of the blockchain was damn good. The question fundamentally boils down to one thing. What do you believe in terms of are people going to get behind it? Are people's memories short-term enough? Make no mistake about it. On the internet, people's memories are short-term. But when you got wrecked, I think that lasts. I think that memory sticks. And you can see it from how people are feeling. You can see it. Scamming. People are not feeling good about it. Some are. But seems like the majority is definitely not positive. Do not buy classic only. Do Kwon is a scammer. And I gotta be honest, man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this plays. Because just on a tech basis, on what their previous success, why wouldn't they repeat that? That's it. This is genuinely a question about what people's memory is. How bullish do people feel about this? Overall, right now, sentiment is not positive. And that's apparent, but it is also true that the most negative voices are often the loudest. So it could be that this just comes back. Does it end up being a top 10 coin again? Maybe. If it doesn't, it's not down to tech. I mean, it could be down to, if they release another algo and that collapses, that's the tech side, but and the tax side. But I mean, it's a simple question, but it's a hard one to answer. And it's what's the overall sentiment going to be behind Terra 2? Is it bullish or is it bearish? And right now, it might be a bit raw for people to get in. People are emotional, and justifiably in a lot of these cases. My instinct is that this has success. Maybe not to the levels it previously did, but I think over the course of time, we're going to see this rally in price because people are going to see the tech succeed. So over the course of time, I still think it probably has success. Short term, maybe not. I mean, if everyone's getting airdrop 30% that they can get immediately, a lot of people might just sell straight up, and if they've got, you know, 5% of what they lost back, a lot of people might just sell and bank that and reclaim some losses. So short term, it might have a real tough time. Long term, if the tech wins, then they'll have success. It's genuinely a very tough one to answer because it does hugely depend on how people feel about it. Because with other cryptos, there's an element of feeling, but it's also, but it's more objective. With this one, there's a lot of subjective feeling about this, and I get it. I'm honestly not sure. I think long term, I think success probably, because I think the tech's good. I don't think it's the best, but it's good. They've got a good ecosystem. They've got support. A lot of people like a story of failure to success. And what's happened is obviously a failure. So people can get behind that as a narrative. Look what, they got hacked, they got attacked. Well, not hacked, they got attacked, and look how they've evolved, look how they've come back. That's a narrative people like, they get behind. But if you got burned by Terra, it's got to be hard to be positive about it. So actually, that's the question. Anyone that got burned by Terra, whether it was Terra or UST, how are you feeling about this fork? Are you positive? Are you optimistic? Do you think this can have success? Let me know in the comments, because wholeheartedly, short term, I think emotions run the show. I'm not sure that people are going to be behind the tech because you've got to trust the team. And I think the team have lost trust. So yeah, let me know. I'm really interested to hear the comments here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you know when new content is being released. And if you're unprepared for your bear circle, if you've not got your coins list built, then come check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share every coin I buy and every coin I sell, and it'll be where I share all my bear market investments, the ones that I think can 40x, 50x, 100x. If you want to be a part of it, click the link in the description and check it out. That's it from me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.